You're in Sumter with Sarah Jane, and I am Sarah Jane. I'm a local real estate agent, and I wanted to give you a monthly market update for the month of February. Now, we're going to cover some of the numbers from January, because when we did January's update, we were midway through. Today's February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day if you're seeing this soon. And we see middle of the month numbers for February, and when we did January, we saw middle of the month numbers. So we want to see what happened, how January ended, look at where we are now, middle of the month, and see, where we're headed. Okay, so for January, we sold 72 houses. That is not a lot of houses. We really are looking for 100 to 120 houses. That's a big difference. If you saw last month's update, you'll know that we sold 1,300 houses last year as opposed to the year previous, which was around 1,600. The house sales are declining, but we're going to get into it in a little bit. What does this mean for price appreciation? What does this mean for the interest rates? And what does that mean for you as you move into this spring market? Okay, January, sold 72 houses. The average sales price was $242,204. That is $11,000 increase from the previous month's average. So we see even just in the January month that price appreciation moving up. Sale to list price is 96.95%. Sale to list price is a stat that's telling us what did we sell our house versus what did we list our house for. So if you listed your house for $100,000, you would statistically sell it for $96,950. Also statistically, you would have taken 44 days to sell that house. This number has gone up 10 days since December. We'll talk about why in a second. And then I wanted to touch on new construction. We sold only 15 new construction houses in January. January was a hard hit on everybody. New construction was not excluded from that. 20% of home sales were new construction. That is a low number for what we've seen in the recent months. Let's talk about how people bought it. 19% was cash, which holds in the February numbers. 19% of the deals that we're going to talk about for February so far have been cash. And then VA, half of the homes sold in January were VA, and 31% of the homes were other, which would have been VA, conventional, an ARM, USDA, other. Okay, moving on to February's numbers. So today's February 14th, a little more than halfway through February, and we've sold 36 houses. This is great news for us because most home sales are completed at the end of the month. Schedule time to chat with me. We can strategize how you want to sell or buy a house, and we'll talk about how that benefits you. But home selling, purchasing, or transacting at the end of the month can benefit you financially. Okay, so moving into, we're halfway through January's numbers. So we've sold 36. If we only did statistically the rest, 36 more, we'd be there, 72. But with home sales going up at the end of the month, we're gonna most likely see over 72 home sales. Hopefully at this projection, we'll see 85 to 90. I'm gonna write that down, and next market update, I will let you know if I was right. 85 to 90 home sales. So the average so far is 227. 227, that is $15,000 less than January's average. We're gonna see that go up as well with the home sales transacting at the end of the month. If you have the affordability to choose when to make advantages for yourself, like, you know what, I do want a 30-day close, but I'd rather close at the end of the month to help myself out. That is flexibility, that is affordability, that is being in a comfortable place where you can make decisions for yourself, and you have to be able to afford that. So the people that can afford those things, it's going to be more likely at the end of the month So we're going to see this number go up as well. I don't know if we're going to hit that average of 242, but we're definitely going to see the average go up from 227. Sale to list, 95%. That sale to list number could remain the same. It takes the general public longer to feel comfortable with what's going on in the market. So when you're talking about a sale to list, you've got people listing their homes thinking, hey, the market's still XYZ, I'm gonna try to list my home at this higher price, and then you see a longer days on market scenario. Or they'll get an offer and say, no, I'm not helping with concessions for the buyer, and they'll wait for another offer. That will take longer, that will cost them more money. So days on market's gone up to 64 days from where it was 44 in January. I think we're gonna see that number stay the same as we wrap up the February numbers. Now, new construction, they've already hit, just like we've already sold 36, they've already hit 15 home sales, or 13 home sales, excuse me. So they're at 36%. 36% of our home sales so far are new construction. This is great news for them. This is great news for us, because when they sell homes, they build homes. And we are in a housing shortage. We need them to keep building homes. And stats on how people bought these homes pretty much stay the same. 19% cash offers, other in VA flips. So in January, it's 50% of the homes purchased were sold with a VA loan. This month, it's 31%. Last month, other loans were 31%, and this month, it's 50% of the homes purchased were purchased with an other loan, which would be FHA, conventional, an ARM, USDA, some of those loans. Okay. All of those numbers, thank you for hanging out with me. What does that mean for you as you move into the spring market? So if you're going to, let's talk about listing first. If you're going to sell your home, what does this mean? Does this mean the house prices are going down? Absolutely not. House appreciation is continuing to move up. It is predicted to move up for this foreseeable future. Some people are saying it's 5 years out, they're predicting house appreciation continuing to go up. And it has a lot to do with the new construction and the housing shortage. If we have no homes to purchase, then we're still fighting over the same 5 homes. People are gonna put more money in to compete and get that number. But Sarah Jane, they're only 96% list to sell value. How are these numbers coming out this way? We still have people that need homes. They're waiting for the exact home that they want. And we've still got people listing homes higher than what they should be. They're saying, okay, I want that month over month appreciation, where we're not seeing month over month appreciation go from 5 to 6% month over month like we did last year. We're seeing, okay, this whole year is going to be 6% appreciation for a home, instead of the whole year being 18% for a home. So like I said in the beginning, it takes longer for the market to get used to this. So sellers aren't used to this yet, and they're still looking for that month over month appreciation. You're going to see days on market grow, and you're going to see that list to sell ratio be somewhere around 95, 96%, which, by the way, in 2018, 2019, average days on market, 40 days. Average list to sell price, 97%. You could account for 3% negotiation, and that your house was going to be on the market for over a month. We're getting back to that more of a stable market time. And if you follow the real estate market, you'll know I'm not the only person saying this. There are lots of people saying this, that it's becoming more of a stable market. And in 2018, I remember a lot of conversations about stable markets, it not being a buyer market and it not being a seller market, that we had relatively equal parties getting involved in the market and it being more of a stable scenario. What does that mean for Sumter? That means if you own a home in Sumter, it will continue to appreciate. If you are going to put your house on the market this spring, it needs to be priced really well. That doesn't mean we need to shoot for the stars on, everybody wants a little bit more and a little bit more for their house. I do on my house. But we need to be realistic about, okay, a house exactly like mine sold 2 streets over. I'm going to list for what they sold for instead of going ahead and adding that appreciation in. That house will sell, your home will sell, and it's less likely that you will cover seller concessions or have this 95% ratio. You'll say, oh yeah, I got 100% of what I was asking for, or 99% of what I was asking for, because you priced your home really well. That's what we're talking about with price appreciation. Let's talk about interest rates. Interest rates let's talk about interest rates in years and months instead of interest rates in days and weeks. There's a lot of pressure to say, oh, what's the interest rate today? Oh, it's 6.9 today. Okay, tomorrow it's 6.8. Okay, the next day it's 7.2. The generality of it being somewhere between 6.8 and 7.2, yes, your interest rate makes a big deal on your home purchase. But what makes a big deal for you right now, well, most people, is having the cash in their pocket. So if you are planning on buying a home this year and you go ahead and say, hey, it's February, I think I'm going to wait till summer, don't do it. Go ahead and buy a house now. I know it's going to be hard. I know it's stressful with school still in session. I'm in the middle of moving myself and it is stressful. It is worth it to go ahead and fight through that stress and pressure to buy the home that's going to make your life more comfortable now than waiting until everybody decides to be back in the market. I feel like April is going to be on and popping for the real estate market, and you're going to want to go ahead and be in your home and looking around at everybody else fighting. So just like I said several times in this, the market takes longer to understand what's going on than what's actually happening. So you could get a really good deal right now, because by the time all your friends also join you in the market, right now sellers are paying for closing cost. Unless it's just really well priced, sellers are paying for that closing cost. If you go ahead and transact now in February and March instead of April, it's likely that you're not going to have to cover all of your closing costs plus all of your down payment. It's likely that you're going to be able to negotiate a good deal for yourself. Hey, let's maybe see if we can get you 3% off that house. Let's see if we can get you some closing costs covered. So instead of coming to buy a $250,000 house and bring $12,000 to the table, let's buy a $250,000 house and bring $6,000 to the table. And yeah, maybe my interest rate is 6.8 instead of 6, but if it makes sense for you and you already have the house that you want, you can refinance. There are people right now offering loans where you pay a one-time fee to lower that rate. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and get you into a house. Let's get some closing costs covered so you can use that other $6,000 to buy a new couch or buy a new fridge and go on vacation. $6,000 can take you to Disney. Let's make it happen. Let's buy a house and go to Disney this year. We can do this. But I'm also here for you if you still want to wait till April. I want to help you, and I want to help you in a way that benefits your life. If that means it's most important to keep as much cash in your pocket, I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to try to help you figure out a loan program or some sort of grant that's going to help you into your home. If you're going to sell your home and you're like, okay, I've got a PCS on this date, I can't sell until July or August, I'm going to help you figure out how to get the most out of your house between now and then. It's not like, oh, hurry up and do this right now because that's what helps me. It's hurry up and buy something to help you. Because if I think, hey, it's going to benefit you to strategize this way and it takes longer, that's what you're going to hear me say in this message. I want to help you. And staying on top of these stats and staying on top of what's going on with the market nationally is the best way I know how to do it. And putting these videos out is the best way I know how to do it. So help me help you by sharing this message, by sending it to your friends, by sending me your friends that are thinking about moving here or moving away from here. I want to help them, and you supporting in that way is how I can continue to keep putting these videos out and helping our community. Because when we make strong, smart money decisions, especially around housing, because housing is at least 50% of our monthly annual budget, we have a better day-to-day life, and we can do some of the fun things that we want to do, like buy earrings and matcha lattes and just live our best life instead of making every little penny decision so that we can scrape by. I'm off my soapbox. Thank you for listening. I hope that you walk away with two main things. Price appreciation. If you own a home, your house is going to continue to appreciate in value. Second thing, interest rates are predicted to go down, but don't base your whole life on this interest rate going down maybe 0.8%. Do what works for you now. Do the thing that helps you keep cash in your pocket now. And I'm here to help you figure out when that's going to work best for you. And have a great February. I'm going to see you middle of March again. Monthly market update. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on social media. Love you guys. Bye.